Hello and welcome everybody to the Tatum Chicken Condo Video Podcast. And we are here today with the absolutely awesome, amazing, in 100,000 different ways, but we're only going to talk about one today, Cassidy Lilienthal. And she is out in Montana, and she has been one of my tutors. She has told me when I am going to kill my chickens as opposed to raising them properly. And she has basically made it so that they are alive today. So she and some other friends of mine. So we're going to talk to her today about a couple of things, especially predators, since she knows what she's doing. And she has a thriving business at a farmer's market that we're going to hear from her. So first of all, Cassidy, introduce yourself. I usually will talk over people, so just say hi.
Hi, my name's Cassidy. I have Little Fresh Farms is what we call it.
Awesome. So what kind of chickens do you have? And just how did you get into chickens? Like, have you always had them your whole life, or have you, it was something you wanted to do later in life? Tell us about that.
We actually got into chickens because my husband wanted to do it, and that was surprising to me. So I thought, well, if this is a guy that wants to do this, then it must be kind of cool, and I want to support that. So he had gotten fresh eggs when we lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we lived in the city, from a lady at work. And he was like, these eggs are amazing. I wish we had chickens. And then it just kind of kept going. And he's a teacher, so he would get eggs from students and that had their own chickens at their house. And then once we moved from there, we found that we could have our own coop. And so we got our own chickens. I started out with more of a winter hardy chicken because we live in Northwest Montana near Glacier National Park, where we have lots of snow and cold. And so we have a couple of Americanas. We have Rhode Island Red. We have Barred Rock. We have lots of different varieties. We have a Well Summer, which is my favorite chicken. We have, let's see, what else? Oh, I just recently, this summer, I got Black Copper Marans, I think is how you say it. And then I got a couple Olive Eggers this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted variety in like the egg colors and shape, or colors and like speckles and that kind of thing.
Okay. So how many do you have?
Oh, I have 19 chickens right now, and I have 5 ducks. Yeah, chicken math gets hard.
Yes, I'm doing pretty well. I'm just down to 5, thank goodness. But now I'm like, that doesn't seem like enough. So I guess
exactly.
like that seems awful.
Like room for one more.
So predators. How do you guys? What kind of predators do you have, and what have you done to, I guess, make your chickens safe because they're out? The coop, how do you keep that safe? Just any challenges, summer versus winter, that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah. So I think it was last fall. We had a bad instance where we had raccoons that got into our coop, and we lost quite a few chickens actually. The predators that we do have are we live in town, even though we live in rural area. So and we have a 6-foot fence. So while there are bears in our neighborhood, and even mountain lions and bigger game predators, they don't come into our enclosed fence.
Okay.
But we do have foxes and raccoons, skunks, and even like I've seen bigger like hawks and things kind of like waiting around. And while I don't know if they're after my chickens as much as like maybe after if there's any food out there that they may want, they're still like something to keep an eye on. So the instant when we built our coop, we did the really cool method of like you put the chicken wire straight along like the run or whatever, and then you turn it under like this, and then you put the dirt or rocks on top of the turned area, and that prevents foxes or whatever from digging in. They can't dig. And so that seemed to really, really help.
Also seen where people had electric fences for the chickens as well, to keep them from going going everywhere.
Oh yeah. Fried chicken.
Only if they do themselves, they'll fry themselves. So tell us about, like, you go and sell your eggs and at the farmer's market?
Yeah, so we only have our farmer's market from May to the end of September. It's seasonal. And so that's a little bit of a bummer. But it's honestly just to pay for feed. We are not selling eggs. And I think that most, especially like for us, we're a backyard small time farmer, that we're not making money off of eggs. So what I did was I had a booth at the farmer's market. It was really fun. And more importantly, it just gave me enjoyment, and it was, something to do. I got together about 8 to 12 different backyard farmers. Ladies that wanted to just sell extra eggs and pay for feed. And I would sell 24 to 48 dozen eggs a week.
Oh my goodness.
At the farmer's market. And then I had different like egg related, chicken related items so it was like a theme, and it was super cute with like farmhouse, decorations and stuff. So my friend made egg blocks, like wooden egg blocks, because farm fresh eggs you don't need to wash, right? We all know that as chicken tenders. That you can leave them on the counter for up to several months. And so those egg blocks, they're gorgeous. They're black walnut. He made them for me, and I was selling them. And I wasn't taking any money from the things that I was selling for my friends and for people I met, just paying the fee for the booth. And it was cheap, $5 a week to have a fee. But what makes it hard is that, like, for Montana law, you cannot have a carton that has like a brand on it already. So while we love to recycle, right? Like, we love to recycle, right? But it's not okay. Yeah.
Branding is input. Yeah, sorry. Your inner marketing comes out and like, oh, you can't do that. You can give them away.
And so, yeah, exactly. And so, we like tried to find different ways to get around that. Like, we spray painted our cartons. We like just got a big Sharpie and crossed out names and stuff like that, made it real like we're recycling. But like, I went on to eggcartons.com and bought some really pretty turquoise colored cartons, and they ended up being about 49 cents a piece. Okay. So that takes away from your profit, your money. Yeah. And then we looked at how much feed cost us in a week, and then divided that out with how much it costs. And then I was doing those egg stamps on my eggs. And I was buying those really cheap. Yeah. On Etsy, and I follow these girls on Instagram too. They're like, I think it's Farm Fresh Maven. No, okay. Farmhouse Maven is her name. Yeah,
I think I follow. Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous. There's another one too that does stamps. And so I would get their like $5 deals and just like kind of gradually get some little stamps, and it makes it fun, and
Yeah.
and the customers really like it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Eggland's Best does it, so why can't you?
Right.
They have
And then,
Versace eggs.
right. And then I got a custom made stamp as well from another gal. I can't remember the name of her now. And it says Lil Fresh Farms, so it has our logo and everything. And then I tie it with basically like baker's twine. And I find feathers, especially when our chickens are molting. I will collect feathers and then tie a feather with it, and it looks adorable. And people think it's like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. And I was selling a dozen eggs for $4.
Very nice. But I mean, you put some work into it. That's like beautiful. And we're stealing your idea, so.
It was fun.
That is extremely informative. I like what you said about researching what predators are in your area and then figuring out how they work so that you can predator-proof your coop. And then the farmers market, I think when spring hits, I think everybody here in North America is going into winter right now. So we're all locking down anyway, just because it's cold outside, but getting good ideas and knowing that about the egg cartons, you've got 3 or 4 months to figure out your techniques for the spring farmers markets, because for some of us it'll be a first time.
Yeah.
So good information. Thank you so much. Thank you
No
for
problem.
that. I appreciate this. I did have visitors up here. My chickens came up to check me out when I came outside to videotape, but now I'm boring, so they're all running around. They do come and hang out on the porch with me sometimes.
You gotta get them like those really yummy mealworms that are from Grubley's. Do you ever get Grubley's?
Yes.
Oh man, Grubley Farms are so cool because they're like young, they're like a local nice family trying to.
You know what? They prefer scratch for some reason. I think the scratch I get has like crack on it or something, because they will come. They will come running if I shake the little bowl, and they see the red top, they're like, oh, and they'll look for that before they look for like watermelon or real goodies. So
well, and then like they'll like learn their names, and they'll learn like your voice, and so they'll hear like they hear the door shut at my back porch, and they know, and they come running, and it's so fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious. I have
such power.
I know, but I'm sneaking out of my house now like I'm a criminal. Like, because if I open the door, they're all gonna come running. If I look them at the door, they're like, is she at the door? Looks like she's at the door. Let's get up there. And I'm like, I'm just looking at the flowers. I'm just checking something else. But it's a lot of fun. I love it.